Okay, so this is how I frame. I need 20 6x6 frames. So that means I need 40 short ends and 40 long. And my 6x6s are very consistent. And so I'm just gonna take one of them, and I'm going to use that as a template. And so, like I have said before, the bottom one, I want to make it a little bit shorter. So look, if I lay this here, I'm going to lay it over the edge of this already routed. I'm going to kind of lay it over the edge, and I'm going to measure it just slightly. So I'm going to cut there. So see there? So okay. So now you can see it's a little bit, there's a little bit of an overhang of the board on each side. So the next one is going to be the same size. So I'm just going to kind of lay it there. Kind of use a flat edge to keep that, and then I'm going to flip it around because I want the router line to be on the same. Make sure it's in there straight. Give it a little line. Cut there. Those should be the same. Those, put them somewhere flat. They're the same. Okay. So then I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the two, bring this down here. I'm going to set it on here, kind of how I want it. And as you can see, I could have gone a little shorter because it's pretty flush. So probably I'm going to go a little shorter on the next set. In fact, just because I don't want to start off with the wrong measurements, I'm going to go ahead and just take about maybe a 1/4 inch off of each one of these. Still getting used to this new saw. It has a blade on it, or a brake on it. So, all right. So now I got that. I'm gonna just kind of do a little line. Cut that right there. Make sure it's the same. Perfect. Okay. So now let's try this again. So one on each end. Set it in that groove. Kind of get it down to where I want it here. So and I have a little bit of height here. So I'm just gonna draw a line. Call that good. Set this here. Cut here. Okay, make sure I like that. Making sure it's not too short. So when they're nailed together, there's no, it's not too short. So then I'll use this to measure the next one. edge right here. Draw my line. Okay. That. Okay, so I've got 2 short ones, 2 tall ones. All right, so need 40 of each. So let's see how that fits here. So take our flip that around. And there we have it. So that essentially is ready to be, normally I stain them ahead of time, but I didn't in this last batch. I've got a few that are stained, but I'm going to go with the lighter stain. So that's what I need. So then I'm going to set this aside. And I mean, you can measure if you want and just cut to that measurement, or I just usually use 1 as a measurement. Let's see how long these are. For a 6x6. That is almost, that's basically 7 inches. See that? 7 inches. What's this? That one is 5 and what is it? 5/8. 5 5/8. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could do 47 inch and 45 5/8. I've done that before, but I don't know. The way I like to do it is I'm going to do a whole bunch of these, and then I'm going to do 40 of these, 40 of these. And so I'm just going to sit here and run them through, and then I'm going to stain them all at once. So that is how I cut my frames. But I'll do a whole batch at a time per size. And it goes real fast.